What happened was, originally, it was being driven out there and it went bang. And it went bang because the clutch exploded. When we took the clutch apart, there was a lot of damage in the area, clutch springs, clutch forks, and we then discovered why it had seized the clutch, which had happened, was because the engine had moved, and what was going on was the spacers on the camshaft had moved, and consequently the engine had locked up, and the clutch had decided it was coming out in sympathy with what was going on in the engine. It exploded and everything was in a pile of bits. We still have those bits somewhere, but they are not very good to look at anymore. So we've renewed all the clutch fingers, we've renewed clutch springs. We have not renewed the clutch because there was plenty of meat on the clutch. So we reassembled that, and we've now been rebuilding the engine itself. So while it was all down in pieces, we put in new pistons, new rings, new ends, big ends. And now what we're trying to do is to get to a stage of firing it up, which means we need fuel coming through, and we've now discovered that the fuel pump is broken. So we've taken off, we've got a spare one, an old used spare, and we're now fitting that on because the pump actually does work, the spare, and we're now trying to get everything lined up to get it to work on this engine. And that's where we are, but we seem to have problem after problem. I think historically the car was what we would call a bitzer. Bits over the decades have been put on it, salvaged from where one knows not, but it'll go eventually.
Hello, how are you?
Good, thank you. And you?
Very well.
Hiya.
Nice to see you. What's he doing? What's the job on today?
Well, we're doing fitting the engine back. Had to adjust the clutch in position, and I'm in the process of cleaning and refurbing the carburetors.
So 2 or 3 jobs at the same time as it goes together?
Well, John and Tony were working on the engine today while I was playing about with the carburetors.
Yeah.
So it's multitasking.
Multitasking, brilliant. Everything out?
Yeah, everything out. Crankshaft pulled out, new thrusts and bearings put in, and the whole lot assembled with a new clutch, and then back in there. Hopefully rectify what's the initial cause.
Yeah. How long will it take you to put it back together?
Probably another week or so at least, probably another couple of weeks.
Okay.
Because we've got to put all the carburetors back on and hook up the fuel lines and everything.
So that's kind of, so you're here once a week?
Yeah.
So sort of 2 to 3 days?
Yeah. One of these jobs you can't rush.
No, nor do you want to. It's part of the fun of it though, isn't it?
Oh yeah, that's why
You've got to have a mission.
That's why I've got a silly grin on my face.
We'll take you through to at least November. Yes, good.
I had another beam to climb on. This way I've just got to do my... Well, I was 5 years old doing my school.
Oh, you used to do that, did you? Yeah.
Well, I can't do a backflip anymore, sorry.
Oh dear.
So those days are gone. It's getting
you're
all
doing
this,
a grand job.
If you look at the other side...
Are you actually rubbing
Oh
that
wow, it's a
down?
lot of difference, yeah.
So
It's
if you look at
worked
the other
well.
side, it's only litching.
Is that all it is?
That's all it is.
I'd have said that from here. I'd have thought that was rust or, you know, corrosion.
This is like a plastic fiberglass.
Oh,
Okay.
that's
So
amazing.
it actually will polish off.
Brilliant. Oh, you're doing a
Andrew
good job.
said he actually used to stand on the bonnet, but I'm not sure whether I would dent it or not.
I think it's pretty strong because it's got that tyre on it, so you probably could.
I was thinking of just doing this bit here.
Yeah,
I mean, obviously it's a visual
Yeah.
rather than...
yeah,
But at least if I clear this,
yeah. No, it makes it look miles
looks
better. That's good.
Yeah. Or probably here actually.
Yeah.
We're here.
So what's the bolt? That's the bolt.
Yes. I've got some in there.
But if there's no...
I don't think there's any thread in there.
I don't think so. No, I think you're right. That's what I've done. That's probably why it's at an angle.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yet again, this car's set to defeat us.
Yeah.
We've just found out that this stud is too long for the carburetor to hold the carburetors on. When we've examined it, it's been replaced at some time. So we attempted to take this out, the stud out of the casting here, and we found that it's been put in with some araldite or something like that. So there's no thread on it. So we've now got to see if we can re-tap the casting in the manifold to put a new stud in. Here we go again.
When I came to take this manifold off,
We found this one that fits the front of the boat, yeah.
so when I came to take this manifold off after the carburetor's on, I undid these nuts around here. Why won't the inlet manifold come off?
Oh, right.
And it's not until you take the carbs
Yeah.
off that you realise there's nuts through there.
Do you know what I think we might be able to do?
I know what you're going to say, put a nut on the other side.
Yeah, but then the danger is if
Yeah,
I
know.
drop
If
that.
it comes off, it goes straight in the engine, doesn't it?
Is that brass, John?
That's
I don't know, I
brass.
think it's gunmetal.
It's a bit dull for brass, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's steel.
Yeah, but it's not the right colour for steel, is it? Are you looking for
Some sort of alloy.
Yeah, but you'll have to drill out if you're going to use
Well, the only other
that big
thing you could
I
do
think
is...
we're going to have to go one size up.
You're going to go sideways.
Well, the carburetor flange is big enough to take it, and we can probably let a quarter bolt through there easily. Yeah.
Have you tried to screw it in at the moment?
Yes. It picks up right at the very end, but it's not tight
Oh no,
because
that's no good.
it goes right the way through.
Yeah. No, we'd have to drill out and...
Yeah, I mean,
I think you
can
have to
use
take the,
Loctite, but-
take the manifold off, innit? Because if
Yeah,
you get
but-
any swarf in the...
As soon as you try and tighten that,
yeah, no, it's going to rip out, isn't it?
well, you don't have to worry about swarf, will you?
well, you can put...
A bit of rag around the back of there, or
Yeah.
with some
I don't think that's much of a
piece of
issue.
rag in there with grease on it.
All right.
Put grease on the tap as well. Should be
In
alright.
that case, you need the next size up.
Yeah.
And what was the nut? Have you got a nut there?
So what's that?
Yeah, but
5/16.
we're going to have to need a new nut, aren't we? Yes, Michael.
Well, we must have a 5/16
Actually,
VSF nut.
that. Nice, it does. It does go right through.
This is a quarter, isn't it? 4 16, that's a quarter, so 5/16, yeah, it's the next
5/16,
one.
that's what I said, yeah.
Yeah,
That can be the same size as that one.
yeah. Alright, so we want to 5/16
Yeah, you've got the same
What
problem.
was say to Debbie, I think we've got extra money.
do you reckon?
You can buy these sets of JSW BSF nuts and bolts, and then we've got them. We're not
Smart.
wasting forever looking in odds and sods bins.
Can you? That's a plug tap. Can you read on it? Is it 5/16?
I can. Let me set my.
Might want to clean it all down.
Yeah.
Here's a 5/16 nuts, don't we, as well?
Yeah, there's some faint rising here, but it's
You got taper? Right.
yeah, some faint rising, but I can't see.
Yeah, but this is 2 quarts, isn't it? This one's 5/16. We hold them up.
No.
So there is it. There's a sort of slight bend on that, but it just needs some more, doesn't it?
Well, perhaps we'll try giving that a bit of a.
We've got, would a scaffold tube fit inside?
Just keeping it.
It's keeping it from kinking.
Yeah. Well, anything fits.
Because that's a taper tube, and that's the plug one, so you do right down to the bottom and you get a thread all the way. What we have to do though is drill to the core diameter. That's the important thing.
Who's got some size tape?
Yeah. And that go on there.
5/16. Yeah, check that.
Yeah, that one's quarter, isn't it? Yeah.
There we go.
Don't we need some Zeiss tape?
No, it's
No,
my
it's not right.
stuff, yeah.
Okay.
5/16.
And you, I know it's difficult to see.
Is that
You
the
see that's the
tapping
right size.
drill
I
for
think
it,
that's
isn't
it?
5/16 BSF.
This is 2.
5/16 BSF, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Right,
Alright,
so
these
hang-
obviously aren't BSF then.
If we hold that in the back,
Bit more like
look
UNC.
through, that is too big because you'll cut too wide
Yeah.
and you won't get any bite with the thread. So
Come down one.
one size down, yeah. And then in the cupboard we might have a drill. Look at that. We've got everything if you can find it.
9:30 seconds.
I find if you look like that, when you hold it both sides, you've only got a little bit of thread beyond that. What you could do a test piece.
That's a good idea.
So if we got a piece of metal,
Thick piece of aluminium.
And then from there I want to do some movement there.
if you drill that manifold and it's wrong, we're bunged it up. So yeah, there's some metal. Got some metal over here.
You want something a bit thicker than that, John?
Well, if you can find anything, but I don't know whether we've got anything. Let's just try it. Yeah, just to see if it goes through first.
There we go, yeah.
Okay. Right, now I'm going to see if you start to put that in there, does it bite and make a decent cut? So what I'm going to do is come up a bit.
John?
No, I think this one's okay. If I can make it. Oh, hang on, I've got another one here. And that should sit in that groove there. Right. And now, just see, we'll try and get it straight. Right. Try and keep it parallel as you do it. Keep going. Right, I'm going to raise it up a little bit now. I know we've only used thin metal, but is it still cutting or is it just too thin?
I think it's just too thin, yeah, it's quite, quite easy to turn,
it's not. Alright, take it out.
Okay.
Allow us to line that up.
There are proper tables when you drill. You look up in the tables that tell you. So that is going through there. Bear in mind, lead is very soft, so but we're actually going in with that. I think that's going to do it.
Yeah? Yes. Great. Okay.
So we're going to drill it. Going to go for it.
Yeah. You're the one reading the instruction.
We got what we're going to make the stud out of.
Yeah. Sorry, I thought you had it.
Yeah, that. But does that fit as well?
Yes.
Right. Right, we've got to drill first.
Being as it's aluminium, is there enough taper just to go straight in? Because don't forget this is ripped out.
We've got
Sorry.
taper. Come on in.
Can I just try that?
I don't think you'll start.
No.
If I go halfway, no, but even then it won't go
So
through.
just go for it. You've got the size there.
Right, now the mate thing's trying to get. It's going to come clear. Right, it's going.
Because it's aluminium, it's great.
Yeah. Oh, we're almost through. Try and get rid of as much swarf as I can.
Sometimes you won't be able to run a magnet over to pick up the
Non-ferrous.
Zoe. Yeah. So hence we put the greasy rag inside.
Okay.
And someone's got to watch to make sure it doesn't suddenly goes through. Because if it grabs hold of that piece of rag, you have hell of a trouble trying to unwind it back.
Right, we're almost there we are.
Yeah, you got it. Well done.
Right, hang on, let's just
Well done.
get that. Right, I'm just going to do, see if it's clean. Okay. Right. Do you want to try and get your bit of rag out?
No, leave it in there.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, right, I'll put a smear of that down the channels.
Shall I take it with my finger?
Yep,
or?
yep,
Okay,
yep.
get some of that.
Just wipe it down the channels and in the thread of that. That's it.
Okay.
That should hopefully, the swab should stick to that.
Right, let me just start it and then, not that I don't trust you, but I don't trust myself. So you've got to try and make sure that it is straight.
I'll see you on Sunday. Oh, really?
think that's definitely gone right the way through.
Yeah, don't go through till you pick up the rag.
Right.
And you've got it out, you just push it back against the hole. See how I do it?
Yeah, if you've got a nice clean thread through there anyway.
Yeah.
And we've got a nice bit of swarf on there. So now, will the
No, you have to drill the flange out on the carburetor. Oh, look at that.
looking good?
She's a beauty. I think if we just put some of that thread lock on it, so when we put it in, hopefully it won't move.
Right, and we definitely got all the floor swarf out, have we?
Right, we need that.
Right.
So you want...
This is where we have to get the hacksaw out again.
About there.
Right. Do you know how to change a blade? Yeah. Doing that hacksaw. Never done one?
I haven't done one, no.
Right.
Good bouncy. Lovely, jubbly.
There's a new blade. Okay. Now, when you hold a blade up to the light, you want the teeth angling towards the nose.
Okay.
Right, and the teeth on the top. Okay? That's right. So that's going to go back exactly like that in there. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to push this down, take that out, and then push this down, and you're going to do it yourself in a minute.
Okay.
Okay.
But pay attention then.
Yeah. So you put that into there. Like that. There we go.
Okay. So I'll put this into here.
Making sure that the teeth are facing forward.
Way round.
That one? Yeah. Yeah. Take it round.
There you go. Look at that.
Alright?
Yep.
Okay. So are you what are we using as stud?
Right beside you.
Was that or the bolt?
The bolt.
And have you
Stick
marked
your
it?
swarf collector down there.
Did you mark it?
Good thing I'm not a surgeon. You're taking the wrong bollock off. Or more importantly, the wrong leg.
Yeah, go on in.
Alright?
Yep.
That's right, isn't it?
Check once,
Yeah, cut twice.
cut twice. Yes,
That's not right, is it? Yeah, so
that's right.
Right. So where do you want me to cut it?
right through. Yeah, that's right through. And ideally,
Measure, don't we, really?
ideally it needs to be a bit bigger than that.
oversized,
Yes, it does, yeah.
Yeah, because we were tapping to this size. So
Yes.
That's it. Right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go like that, and then I'm going to just.
Oh, no. Yeah, underneath.
Yeah, I saw your finger.
Yeah, but then you've got to add a bit for the going in the caster.
I've done it flush. It's flush to the back.
Right,
Right,
Okay,
so
yeah.
I want to know where.
okay.
Right, so
One finger.
right, I can see that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that one there.
Yeah.
No, bit further out, isn't it?
I'll do one more thread. Right. Now, being a new blade, it's quite tight. There we are. Can you take that out? Unwind it. I'm going to saw it off. Give it the vise. Have you got a nut, 5/16 nut? It's on there where you cut it through. And then that should screw into the...
Do we need a file on the bottom end, or are we all right? No, I think it's okay.
Now, see if that will screw into the thing.
Yep.
Right, go down and put your hand behind, inside there, and you'll feel it just come through the hole.
Yep.
Right, and then so now when we look at it now, that should be roughly the same amount out as the adjacent one. Can you feel it inside? Is it flush inside?
Yeah, it's flush inside. Yeah.
Right, so just check the length. See
Yeah,
if
it's quite a lot shorter.
It is a bit shorter, isn't it?
Okay.
So what we do, I get them to try their carb.
Okay.
Right, we're going to put thread lock on it. Okay. So if we put thread lock on it now and leave it to set.
Let's see if the carb fits one okay.
I'm just going to try it first. And then we'll leave it till next week with the thread lock.
Leave it to set over the week.
There's no gaskets on there.
No. Just want to see if it goes on for a start. Because that's going to be... Yeah, look at that.
Oh, look
Didn't
at
we
that.
do a good job? Hey?
So if I just do it a fraction less, about 2 threads less, into the casting, that will give us enough to get a nut and a washer on this
I
side.
don't know where to get the washer on there.
Well, we've got to get something thin on there,
Yeah.
haven't we? So if I just take it out. Oh, in fact, no, we've got a bit more here yet. Oh, Mike, can you offer it up again? Right, offer that up again. Spot on, isn't it?
That's pretty good, isn't it?
That's not bad with a gasket.
Gives us a little bit of wriggle room, doesn't
Yeah.
it?
Perfect.
Okay.
Okay.
So, we put some
Thread lock.
thread lock on it.
Right, what I'd like to do is we've got a pair, a working pair. I'd rather keep them somewhere where we could find them again.
Okay. Now, like that thread lock you've got in your hand there, sets inside the thread both sides
Okay.
and just grips it
And
enough.
secures it. Okay.
Yeah. Brilliant, thank you.
It's okay.
The thread in it had gone, it was too short,
Okay.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
So we couldn't drill out that hole because we'd never get a decent bite. The thread would never bite. So what we wanted to do was to drill the hole the next size up,
Next thread size. Okay.
next size right, but to drill it first of all, you've got to drill it smaller than the outside diameter. So you drill it at the core diameter, which is the bottom of each of the thread V's, called the core diameter. And then you tap it with the tap, and then we tested it, didn't we, with the thread, and it bit, and now we've got the stud is the right length,
Okay.
but we've set it in thread lock so that by next week we can actually wind on that stud and it won't unwind and come out.
Okay.
So that's what we've done today. We can't do much more now. What's that for? This is like me, a coiled spring, a coiled rubber band.
2 taps.
Yeah.
We wanted to keep together.
What? Look, have you seen this? A guy has actually made this. So this is, I mean, it might be an apprentice, but he's actually cut out these notches, right? Right, that's our 2 that we use. He's drilled the holes for each of the dies. He's even got a place there for a die stock in there. and he's made all this box.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
How old
Look
is
at
it?
Well, I would reckon that's at least 40, 50 years old.
Blimey. Oh, wow.
So it's probably a guy who's in a machine shop and he's got a bit of time, so with a chisel, he's chiselled out his own.
You're supposed to be putting the rubber band round there.
Oh, am I? Well, it won't go, will it? So we keep the rubber band for later.
Chisel it out a bit more then, John.
There we go.
Set the apprentice to work.
That's right. So how about that then, eh? We've actually done quite a few exercises today.
Good.
Right.
Yeah, that's good.
These go back in the drawer over there.
Look at that detail. It's coming up so well.
It is, isn't it? Just years of grime, really, basically.
Yeah, but in a sense it's protected it as well, isn't it?
Yes.
It's
I mean, the plastic is a little bit brittle, but then I suppose you expect it really for this being left out in the open.
Well, it's 50 years old, isn't
Yeah,
it?
and it means the thing with now, I mean, what I was probably do next week is to put a spray on that.
To protect it.
Just protect the plastic, and that'll give it a few more years of just protection in the weather. But everything else looks pretty good.
Every step forward, it bites you back.
For example.
Yeah.
Bloody thing.
Oh, if you're doing it properly, that's the thing.
Well, that's what it is.
Watching it. So.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Okay.